Well, Agnes Gund, President Emerita of the Museum of Modern Art, and my dear friend, I believe that diversity and excellence go hand in hand. I think we live in a pluralistic society today, and we are all challenged to break out of our normative patterns. Museums are public institutions and need to reflect the public. But for the most part, the museum sector is not very diverse. And I think this is something that needs greater attention.
You bring up a point that really does work into the fabric of museum boards. It is being defined by money, Darren.
I'm very sympathetic to the circumstance for most museum boards. Public support is being reduced. The support from institutional philanthropy has been flat, and earned revenue is for the most part flat. And yet expenses are going up. Therefore, you need to raise more money, and it becomes even more important to recruit people who have significant capacity to your board.
Yeah.
So in some ways, we're putting boards in a difficult situation by saying both you need more diversity and you need to raise more money.
I agree with you, but it gets back to your governance. If everybody thinks, well, if we get somebody that isn't a collector or isn't able to finance us, we're losing. I think you also have to look at it that you gain by having a diverse and rich environment.
So Aggie, diversity in the corporate sector has been more successful in part because incentives and accountability metrics have been put in place. And so many corporate boards set an objective of diversity across an institution. We don't do that in the museum world, and I think we may want to consider this because it is very difficult to change normative patterns of behavior without some strong incentive structure around that. Because it's not just about boards, it's about staff and both administrative and operations, but importantly curatorial.
Yeah.
And this is an area where most museums are laggards. So Aggie, how do we begin to solve this problem?
I think you can do it through organizations like the CCL, which is a curatorial leadership group that Buffy Easton runs. And they have done a wonderful thing with their curators, that they have to have a mentoring phase. So they have to choose somebody to mentor people of different backgrounds. But the thing that it did that was so exciting was it brought people into be in jobs that they hadn't thought of before, that they didn't know could exist for them.
That's right. Often for many people of color or many people like me from low-income backgrounds, we have no concept of what it means to be a museum professional. So in order to be more diverse and to be more inclusive, we have to adapt some new practices and patterns and approaches within our institutions. And on the issue of diversity, it's important to say that it cuts both ways. I have been involved in organizations and boards that are primarily African American. And when the issue of diversity comes up, people sometimes say, oh, do we want to change?
I agree, and I think it's often a fear of what you don't know. So I think you have to work on always accommodating people to a situation and not having them have a fear of it. And I think when it comes both from the bottom up within museums and from the top down within companies and organizations like Ford, it really helps because you have to have people working from both ends of the spectrum.
Well, Agnes Gund, it has been a great joy to talk to you about something we're both passionate about and love, America's museums, and how we can make them even more successful, vibrant, and relevant for a great future. So thank you, dear Aggie, for being with me today.
Thank you, Darren.